man and all your friends. Ira Stanfield was inspired to write Mansion Over the Hilltop by another minister. It was either Reverend Albert Ott or Reverend Gene Martin. And whether it was during a sermon or conversation is still unclear, but Stanfield heard the following story. In 1945, a young Christian businessman stood one evening in an evangelistic service in Dallas, Texas, and told how he learned a valuable lesson from a young child. The gentleman stated that his business for a number of months had been in steady decline. It looked as if it would completely fail. Since the situation seemed beyond his ability to understand or control, he found himself slipping into despondency, discouragement, and depression. One day, for a period of diversion, he decided to get into his car and drive out in the countryside. He traveled for miles, out beyond the busy streets and residential areas. Soon he found himself on a deserted, out-of-the-way trail, where eventually he came upon a dilapidated cottage. He almost drove by. It was in so much disrepair. It was needing a paint job and repairs of all kinds. The broken window glasses were replaced with oil paper. Many shingles as well as part of the roof were missing, which made him wonder how the house was even still standing. In addition to that, he was surprised to see a young girl about the age of 8 or 9 playing in the yard with her doll, and even some of its stuffing was poking out. To his utter amazement, the child seemed to be content and happy. The gentleman stopped his car and approached the front yard, keeping his distance for fear of frightening her, and asked, "Little girl, would you tell me how you can be happy living in such a house?" The little girl excitedly asked him, "Why, haven't you heard? My daddy just inherited fortune, and he's building us a mansion just right over that hill, over there. I don't know when it'll be done, but I won't have to live in this house forever." Those words pierced the young businessman's heart. He realized for the first time that though his earthly business was faltering, the Heavenly Father had greater things in store for him. It was as though he heard God saying, "Son, don't you know that I have a mansion prepared for you just beyond those clouds?" The young businessman concluded his story by telling how he went back home with a new determination to live for God and let the Heavenly Father take care of the business. Ira Stanfield, the famed songwriter, was in the audience that evening. He was so moved with the story, he went home still thinking about what he had heard. He rose early the next morning, went to his piano, and wrote the song Mansion Over the Hilltop. be sure to visit us again next Monday for another hymn from Cheryl's Cherished Hymns. If you have a favorite, just let me know, and if I can find it, I will find out some information just for you.